Hi, this is Tom Salemi from OIS TV. We're here at OIS at ASRS with one of our OIS co-chairs, Bill Link. Bill, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you bet. My pleasure.
So we've given birth to a new OIS. Congratulations, Daddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yet one more OIS adventure.
Yeah.
As often it was Emmett's idea, and I think it's a really good idea. You know, we love the retina.
Mm-hmm.
Tough diseases affect so many people. And so in order to innovate, you have to rally a lot of resources, and the ASRS is a progressive professional organization, and so I think teaming up with them makes a lot of sense.
It seemed like a natural fit, especially as I've talked to folks. There's definitely an appetite for innovation, and I think they appreciated getting the attention that an OIS can bring. And it also introduced some new topics of conversation. I think we probably covered them at past events, but it was interesting to sort of get into the challenge of paying for these therapies and sort of where that fits into innovation, and the look at imaging as well. I think those were two sort of maybe a bit different than what we've seen at other OISs.
Absolutely. And what I like about doing these specialty meetings is we can go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have to go, so quickly from topic to topic, and so taking the retina broadly, and then really looking at the various aspects of honestly taking on the tough retinal diseases, and the interdependency between therapeutic innovation and diagnostic innovation is tight in this sector. So with this wave of OCT, angiography, and now more recently intraoperative OCT playing a key role in guiding the surgeons, the retinal specialists, and hopefully we'll get better and better at pre-selecting and identifying patients that'll be responsive to various therapies.
And I'd say you're an eye guy first, and then a device guy second. Is that the right order?
Well, kind of. I'm an eye guy, and I came from the device sector, rusty engineer, and so I see my world through kind of an engineering focus. But what I've loved about what's happening and the kind of progress we're making in other areas of healthcare and ophthalmology, but specifically in the retina, is teaming up advanced device technologies and proven drugs. And so that's called drug delivery. Mm-hmm. And so that's where if you have a foot in both camps, an expertise in both areas, and if you're open-minded enough, you can start to combine those technologies.
And that's another theme that was hit upon today, drug delivery, and actually just talked to Fred Garand at Novartis Ophthalmology, and how they have separated, the drugs from the devices, but they're still, as he said, the kids are still, the drug delivery efforts are still going forward because they're so necessary. Is this, do you look at drug delivery more than you had in the past? And it seems like this is an area that really warrants more attention going forward.
Absolutely, and probably 10 years ago, ish, at Versant and I personally, we began to focus, no pun intended, on drug delivery as a way to improve performance, lengthen durability of therapies, and so forth. And we've done a half a dozen meaningful investments and projects that really team up, drug delivery with active agents.
And just finally, you've got a new job title in your resume. You're with AcuFocus now. What are your plans with the company? They've had a great year. They've got rolled out the camera, and they're making some great progress. What's next for?
Yeah, well, with that AcuFocus, Jim Mazo was CEO for us there for several years, and really helped kick it up a notch relative to the team and the operational skills and expertise and so forth. Jim has transitioned on to a wonderful company and a wonderful role at Zeiss. The board and others asked me in that transition if I would get a bit more involved. So I said, of course. I care deeply about AcuFocus, so I've become the chairman of the board, and that'll be a little bit more of an active chair position than sometimes it is. We're just doing a financing now, so it always makes me nervous until the money's in the bank. But thankfully, the team is talented, and we have two amazing, solid projects. One is the camera inlay, which was approved a bit over a year ago in the U.S., and we're scaling the revenue thoughtfully and carefully, but successfully. And then we have the intraocular lens that uses the same optical small diameter concept to deliver an increased depth of focus, and it's working. And so we're going to be carefully commercializing OUS and then start the regulatory work to bring it to the U.S. market. So we have two drivers of value at AcuFocus based on the same elegant optical principle of having a passive, not an active, optical approach, which increases depth of focus and delivers near, intermediate, and distance vision to patients.
Terrific. And just a final question. Looking ahead over the next 2 years, I've asked everyone this question. What would you like to see happen? What successes are we going to be talking about at OIS 2018? What milestones would you anticipate us celebrating over that time?
Broadly. You're talking
yeah.
it's hard for me to limit
Sure.
my thinking here, because if I look across each of the sectors of ophthalmology, whether it's the cornea and dry eye, just think about how much progress we're making and how many relevant innovative projects are being focused on improving and addressing dry eye. That's an anterior segment disease and complexity, and I think that we'll continue to see immense progress there. You look at the anterior segment, intraocular. We continue to AcuFocus as an example. Other examples, we're continuing to try to honestly improve outcomes related to surgery, specifically cataract surgery or refractive surgery. Glaucoma, what about MIGS? Traction. Patients are benefiting, docs are benefiting, and hence the companies are doing just fine there. You move back of the eye, we just talked about the retina, so I'm pretty excited that there's broad and balanced projects that'll deliver really nice progress in each of those sectors.
Great. We'll be talking about those at upcoming OISs.
Okay.
Thanks for the time.